Okay, so today's the day. Gotta change the oil in this bad boy. You start the vehicle, and this light comes on. It stays on. Maintenance required. Time to do the oil, time to do air filters, blah blah blah. I'm gonna show you how to do the oil. This one requires 530. I'm gonna put full synthetic with a new oil filter, which means that it's gonna be about 5.5 quarts. I think that's what it's recommended. 5.5 quarts. I like to use Castrol, so I use Castrol full synthetic 530, 5.5 quarts. And for the oil filter, I'm gonna go with the Napa either Gold or the Napa Platinum filter. So that's what I'm out to go buy right now. Here we go. So I'll show you how to change the oil as well as reset that light, the maintenance required light. So here we are. Alright, here it is. Platinum Napa oil filter. Here we go. Let's go buy the oil off to Walmart. Okay, so my Tacoma is 2008, second generation model. It's gonna need 5.5 quarts with the oil filter change. So that's what we're gonna get. 530, 5.5 quarts. Gonna have to buy 6, but only use 5.5. Welcome to Wally World. Alright, here we are. So, 5:30, here we are. This is what we're after. Let's go. Can't forget that coffee though. Gots to have the coffee. Alright, so I've owned this Tacoma for quite some time now. I'd say a couple months, been driving it. I can't say I have any complaints. It's a real good truck. I really like it. Now granted, I haven't been towing or going off-roading with it or anything yet, but so far so good. The only gripe I have about it is that, you know, it's definitely, you know, a little bit more pricey on the gas. I don't know, here in Oregon it's about, I'd say average, you're filling up on 50, you know, to $55, 53 for a full tank. Yeah, I mean, it could be better, I guess. I am, though, however, on 33s. My wheels are 33 inches, so I did find out that they're not stock or OEM in any way. So, well, the rims are stock, but the tires are 33-inch tires, so maybe that has something to do with, you know, my mileage, but, you know, either way, it's a very good car, very soft, no creaks, no noises. So, of course, for me, the gasoline is a little on the pricier side, you know. My wife drives a Prius right now. So, yeah, coming from that to this, you know, 4-liter V6. It's not big by any means as far as trucks go, but overall, you know, I'd give this truck so far, 2 months of ownership, 4.5 out of 5 stars. You know, I love this. I love the color. I love how it drives. It's a good car, truck, I mean. So, anyway, we're almost here. So, let's get the oil change done. Alright, so let's get to work. First thing you're gonna need your oil, your filter, optional, I guess, if needed, oil wrench, 14mm for the drain plug, 12mm socket for the skid plate. I got this skid plate here. It's a TRD Sport model. and just a 3/8, you know, or whatever, ratchet wrench. And of course, your favorite side of beverage. So, let's get started. So there's 4 12mm bolts holding the skid plate. So you're just one right here, one right here, one right there, and one right there. Just 4 of them, 12mm. Just buzz them off, and the skid plate should come down. Set that aside. Alright, by the way, you don't have to remove the skid plate if you raise the car up on jack stands. I'm taking a shortcut without lifting the vehicle, so it was in the way for me for the clearance to get under the truck. So I am going to remove it, and then the engine oil pan drain bolt is further back. So it's unnecessary to remove the skid plate, but I did so just to access it because I didn't want to lift the truck. Okay, so here is the engine drain bolt right there. It's kind of way far back under the vehicle, all the way back. So this is the main jack point here, and the under the engine in the center for the subframe jack area. And then you move straight back, and it's right there, like 1.5 feet. So that's it right there. That's what we're going to remove. Make sure you've got your catch pan there. There it is. That's all the oil. Alright, so back up top, I'm going to remove the oil filler cap. It's right here, right next to the oil filter, just so the oil is able to drain easier with the airflow going through. So I'm going to take that off, set it aside. So now air gets in there and it's draining the oil much easier. I'm also going to go ahead and loosen this oil filter. Okay, so I'm only just going to loosen it very slightly, just to get the air going, I suppose. So just slightly. You don't want to release it all the way, because then if you do, you're gonna have all the oil seep out from here into this cup and then overflow and make a mess on the floor. So what we're gonna do, there's a little nipple underneath. We're gonna stick a hose underneath the pan here and route the hose into the drain pan. So then when we loosen this and it overflows, it'll drain down right into our pan. Okay, so I just had a piece of pneumatic air hose lying around, so I'm going to go ahead and feed this down into the oil pan. And then there is, like I said, there's a little nipple at the end, on the bottom here. You plug it in, and now this is right underneath this cup, the hoses, and then the other end of the hose is right into goes into the drain pan. So now it is safe to unscrew the filter. Okay, I just double checked. Now here we go. Now you're gonna see all that oil leaking out. You see that black? Alright. So I have kind of a small rag here. Lift up the oil filter. Wipe any excess. So that looks fairly clean now. You You see that hose? It's connected, the red hose, it's connected right underneath this thing. You'll see. Fill down there, you'll see. Anyway, so now you see how that's all routed down into the drain pan. It's just dripping down. Now all this time the oil pan bolt was open, so the oil's been draining. Now it's time to close it. But first, we're going to grab our new filter. Oh yes, here it is. So this is a filter that's specifically made for full synthetic oil, which will definitely last much longer. So this is the filter I like to use for my oil, made in the USA. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and lube this ring with the new oil there, just slightly, and then put the oil filter on. Just a little bit's enough. I know some people like to pre-prime the filter and pour oil, brand new oil in here, but I've always done my oil changes this way. I don't see any harm in not doing that, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this back on now. Alright. Snug it down just by hand. It doesn't have to be too tight, just kind of snug. Don't like reef on it and put some pliers on it. You want to be able to get it off, 5,000, 7,000 miles later. Okay, so let's remove the hose now. Well, there it is. Alright, so now we're going to put this oil pan drain plug bolt back in. Just kind of snug it down. There we are. That's all there is to it. Alright, so now we fill it up. I like to use a funnel. Just keeps it simple and neat. Alright, so let's start it up, let it run for 15 to 20 seconds, check the level on the dipstick. Gotta make sure there's no leaks. Double check everything. Looks good. Turn her off. Okay, so dipstick's on this side. Pull it out, wipe it, put it back in, and pull it out again to get an accurate reading. Right at the full mark. See that? Perfect. Now, install your skid plate, and you're good to go. Alright. Super clean, super easy, really quick, not really expensive. So I bought the filter for like 11 bucks, and then the oil was $30 for the 5-quart. So that puts me at $41, do it yourself. It's more than $20 at your local Jiffy Lube, $19.99. But you do it yourself, you have it done right, you have the right amount in, you torque everything down, and you got your own peace of mind because you change your own oil. Plus, they use conventional oil. Some of them use some other, quick lube places. They use the half and half, the part synthetic. I use the full synthetic, so it's good for your engine. It lasts longer, better gas mileage, blah, 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 all that. You know, mostly for me, I just don't want to have to do it every 3,000 miles. So I'm going to change it at 6,000 miles. You know, that's twice as long. Saves me time, saves me money. So yeah, anyway, that's how you change the oil on second generation Tacoma. Of course, don't forget your coffee or your beverage. Okay, so you changed your oil, you changed your filter, but the light, the maintenance required light is bothering you. So, this is how you do it. So what you do, you put the key in, you put it into the on position. When your odometer comes on, not the trip A, not the trip B, but it has to be on the odometer. Make sure it's on that. So you turn the key back off. You push and hold this button here, the trip button, and then you put the key back into the on position while holding the trip button. So you're gonna turn the key on, you're holding it. Now, the maintenance light flashes, and it goes out. Now you let go. That's how you turn off that maintenance light. Behind the scenes cleanup. Sucks. So good.